So, what is going to happen to our real estate prices in 2025? I mean, we have seen interest rates feather down, and I believe that the interest rates still are going to go down in 2025. But having said that, what is going on with real estate prices? I mean, on this channel, like I had, some people kind of throw comments like it's only doom and gloom and the sky is not falling and I should kind of calm down on the more dramatic aspect of these videos. But the truth is the truth. I mean, like, look, the interest rates have been coming down for a while now. And we have seen two jumbo cuts of 0.5% in a short period of time, which is an indicator that the economy is not doing as well. So that's one of the indicators. And we have seen that the home prices did not magically increase, or we have not seen bidding wars, or we are not seeing all this nonsense that we have seen for a long time in our market, right? Like when the interest rates were at low 1%, and the government was stepping in and the bank was stepping in and all of that stuff. Like, guys, you have to take into consideration that some of those periods were, I would say, out of ordinary or emergency periods in our real estate lifetime or cycle, and something had to be done and something was done and things were going where they were going. So I believe in 2025, even though we see that the interest rates are feathering down, there's going to be more problems like that. I mean, I don't want to get into political and geopolitical and all of that stuff that has been going on with our local government here and with our neighbors across the border, the United States. I mean, obviously, it's above my pay grade, but all these political decisions could impact us here. So moving forward, I mentioned this many times, that the Toronto real estate condo market can actually sink the entire market. So when I say sink, I mean it could impact the other segments of real estate market. And people ask me, well, how? Why? There's a difference between a condo and a freehold property, a house, townhouse, etc., right? Mind you, there's always certain areas and communities that are doing better than others all the time, in the up market, in the down market. So let's make that clear. But moving on to this point is that majority of investors in 2021 and 2022 and even some in 2023, majority of these investors did not have cash money laying around, and they said, look, I got this cash, I have stacks of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then I will invest in that pre-con condo. No, they borrowed against their home, and then that down payment translated from a HELOC, a line of credit, because money was cheap. Think about it. There were 5-year closed mortgages given out at, like, I think 1.5 points, 1.65 or something like that. That's crazy, right? That's very low. So when you have people looking at that, borrowing hundreds of thousands of dollars for cheap borrowing cost, right? Of course, they're going to go for it. They're going to take it. And that's why we saw what we saw. Now is the reverse. 40,000 units. And I feel like keep repeating myself. In 2025 and 2026 is about to take occupancy. Imagine 40,000 units. Not all these units, not all of these investors, these buyers, right, that will become sellers very soon, right, have the funds to close on these units. So they strategize. Oh, let me sell it on an assignment, right? You heard that. Let me sell it on an assignment. Ladies and gentlemen, an assignment doesn't work. Nobody wants your bad deal, unfortunately, right? So how can you fix it? I mean, look, the faster you realize that you maybe made a bad investment, you maybe miscalculated, or maybe something went wrong with your calculations, try to fix it. Stop lying to yourself, because that's the worst thing you can do. And most have held on for a long period of time, 2023, 2024, and now they will continue to hold on in 2025. Now, having said that, we have seen a good chunk of our real estate market feather down or simply being depleted. So on average, between 15 to 20% from the peak of our real estate market went down, actually, right? So think about it for a second. I spoke to somebody yesterday and they said, like, look, it went down by 20%. And I said, yeah, roughly, 15 to 20% depends where you look and how you're calculating it, but we can agree on that number. Outside Toronto GTA, it's even worse. Like, I've seen, 30% falls, right? But that's for another video. In this one, like what I'm trying to explain in this particular video is like those investors that already gave out, like they were writing it for a year, they were writing it for 2 years. So that 20% is gone. So that 20% they were holding on, they couldn't hold on anymore. The 20% is gone, which means they made that correction. So in 2025 and onwards, I believe there's another storm or another wind coming our way that could potentially have another impact, because there are investors and they are people that cannot hold any longer. They squeezed every bank account, they squeezed all the possibilities. They were talking to their parents, the visas are maxed, the debt ratio in Canada is crazy, like never seen before, right? And they cannot hold on anymore. So the debt has to be paid off to come to you and take your house and listed, for sale by the bank. If you go under, you go under. As simple as that, right? So just because you need it doesn't mean that 2025 will deliver. I'm with you. Think positive, but don't lie to yourself. So I hope you got some value out of this video. If you like this content, please click on any of the other videos, and I will see you in the next one.